been an honor for me to serve as a director on this board for the Desoto County African American History Symposium. I know that during the infancy of this organization coming to existence, Michael Smith came forth and had an idea that he really gave birth to by garnering support from individuals such as Peggy Dobbins, Chris Gillespie, Tony Bell, and others who came and rallied around this cause. It's very important that we preserve and also celebrate the history of DeSoto County, dating back to slavery times. When we think about DeSoto County having one of the largest enslaved African populations in the state of Mississippi, if you drive through this county now today, you would not even notice it. You know, you think about it being a red county, a Republican county, predominantly white county now, knowing that at one time this county was predominantly African American. And so I think that looking at this history and just that aspect of it by itself is very important that we remember, and not only remember but also teach our children and the general community that, you know, the African American history is vibrant, and not only vibrant but very much rich in DeSoto County.
My name is Mike Smith. As president and founder of the Desoto County African American History Symposium, it gives me great privilege and pleasure to share with you as to why the organization was formed. But before I do that, first let me show you our mission. It's the mission of the Desoto County African American History Symposium is to encourage and provide information about the valuable contributions made by African Americans in DeSoto County. We also want to engage the community awareness through education while celebrating at the same time the rich cultural history of African Americans in DeSoto County. Several years ago, I had the thought and idea that, you know what, we need to do more to more or less celebrate the rich history of the African Americans in DeSoto County.
African people's presence in DeSoto County goes all the way back to the first slaves that accompanied Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto, for which the county is named. During the 1830s, after the federal government removed Native Americans from their lands in North Mississippi, many white settlers moved into DeSoto County, looking to join the booming cotton industry. They brought enslaved African people to be their laborers. According to census data, in 1860, there were over 23,000 people in DeSoto County, of which almost 14,000 were enslaved Africans. During Reconstruction, many of the top local officials in DeSoto County were African Americans. J.H. Johnson and Thomas McCain served in the Mississippi House of Representatives. Jeffrey Evans served as sheriff and E. Albritton as deputy sheriff and tax collector. Austin Bell served on the county board of supervisors, and Horace Hillman served as justice of the peace. This tradition was taken forth by trailblazers such as Jiminy Bowdry, who became the first African American to serve on the DeSoto County School Board during the late 1900s. Following the local white community in DeSoto County regaining control over the political arena, African Americans shifted their attentions to education. At the turn of the century, they founded Baptist Industrial College.
In 1905, land was acquired in the southwest corner of Hernando with a building on it. The Baptist Industrial High School was ready to open its doors to the community. Baptist Industrial High provided a high school education to the community. The closest high school for African Americans in Northwest Mississippi was at Rush College. The school catered to the community as a whole, but generally received more females than male students due to the need for males to stay at home and work in the fields. Many ministers and males in the community believed the idea that men had two choices, to go to the military or work in the fields. The curriculum was geared to give boys an education in the industrial arts, while girls were trained in the liberal arts in order to become teachers. The Northwest Mississippi Baptist Association was instrumental in bringing this dream to fruition. Although they aspired for the school to become a university, it never reached that status. The school was a private, so persons entering had to pay tuition. Many students were not able to pay the tuition to attend Baptist Industrial High School. In some cases, there were other arrangements that the school made with persons wanting to. Jimmy Bowdry describes her experiences as a student at Baptist Industrial High School.
But here we had one full-size bed and 3 full-size young ladies sleeping in one bed.
Wow.
And when we would get ready to turn, we'd say, let's rotate. And we all would, we would all turn at the same time. The bed was in this area. Our little closet was over here. And I mentioned that we only had 2 pairs of shoes, 5 skirts, and 5 tops, maybe a sweater or 2, and 1 dress outfit for church.
In this corner?
Yes, for 3 girls.
Wow.
In a little closet over here in this corner. The bed was here in the center. And it was a coal burning heater over here. And we also had one little student desk that we had to always have to use.
Black business and land ownership has always been a key aspect of black life in DeSoto County, particularly establishments such as G.P. Gillespie and Son Funeral Home, located in Olive Branch.
Okay, my name is George P. Gillespie, but everybody knows me as G.P. Gillespie. I was born here in DeSoto County on March the 24th of 1942, and I'm the 7th child of 12. I went to elementary school here. It used to be called, then was called Sycamore School there in Satellite. I was the 3rd class that graduated from Eastside High School, the new school, in '62. I finished in high school. I entered Mississippi Industrial College, which I went year-round, stayed there 3 years, and come out with a BA degree. I taught school in DeSoto County for 9 years. And in '74, I bought the film home and went into film business. But I had worked at the film home since I was in the 10th grade in high school. That's done a little part-time work and what have around. And I've been here since 1974.
The integration of public schools in DeSoto County was a critical chapter in African American history in the area. Peggy Doblins was one of the first black students to attend all-white Hernando High School.
I attended Hernando High School for all of the first 9 years of my life. And when I was about getting ready to go to the 10th grade, they had recently passed what they call the freedom of choice, which started in 1965. And when the Freedom of Choice program started in 1965, they started with the 1st through the 3rd grade. And then the next year they went from the 4th to the 6th grade. And the next year they went from the 7th to the 8th grade. And in 1967 they started with the high school. At that time I went to Hernando High School. I was the only African American female in high school. At that time there was another African American male who was attending, but I was the only African American female. I attended Hernando High School, where there I studied in different areas. I was interested in business at the time, and I took many business courses such as shorthand and typing and many of the other areas. I had an opportunity to experience some unusual situations that I'm sure many people did while they was in high school. But through those situations and through those prejudices and through those ignorance, was what I would refer to as ignorance. It grew me as an individual, and it helped me to learn to appreciate people. It helped me to learn to appreciate who I was. And I had always been taught by my parents, regardless of how you were treated by anyone else, you need to realize who you were and to appreciate who you were. And that was able to get me through some very hard, difficult days at Hernando High School. But I graduated from Hernando High School in the Beta Club on the honor roll, and I went on from there to attend the University of Mississippi. I did graduate from Hernando High School in 1870, and that was the last year of the public school system as we knew it then, and the schools were fully integrated starting the fall of 1970.
In 1962, James Meredith integrated the University of Mississippi. Meredith's presence at the university was not well received by the white community in North Mississippi. In 1966, one of the most significant events of the Civil Rights era occurred in Hernando, Mississippi. James Meredith marched through DeSoto County on what he called his March Against Fear. On a sunny day, on June 6, he was marching due south on Highway 51. As he approached the southernmost city limit sign, he was met by local whites protesting his march. Little did they know, shortly after, he would be shot by Aubrey James Norvell. Following Meredith being shot, national civil rights leaders such as Dr. Martin Luther King and Stokely Carmichael met in Memphis to protest this injustice. Meredith was not mortally wounded and continued his march. Both King and Carmichael joined him. Over the past 3 years, the DeSoto County African American History Symposium has been working diligently in the DeSoto County community. In 2010, we recognized local high school students through an essay contest, and they earned savings bonds as the winners. Also, we gave charitable contributions to the Susan V. Coleman Foundation and also the Memphis Food Bank. In 2012, we honored sheroes across the county, where 24 women were brought in and honored for their work that they do and contribute to our communities. We continue to seek out opportunities to help people learn the history of our county, and also will be offering genealogical sessions at our local libraries. Please join us in our efforts to preserve our history, because it's important. Our slogan is, it's our history, it's our legacy, it's our cause.
So